Lord, what a Ford. Good Lord, what a Ford. Woo! Look at the good Lord, what a Ford. What you think? Oh my Lord, look at that case. Oh my goodness, good Lord, what a Ford. Woo! You a Mercury, but good Lord. Well, what a Ford engine. Good Lord, what a Ford. Oh, Bishop. Good Lord, what a Ford. Good man, I tell you, oh pudding. Good Lord, what a Ford. Good Lord, what a Ford. Oh, good. Ah! Good Lord, what a Ford. If having fun was against the law, we would be guilty as charged. All we are is shady shade tree mechanics from Butts County. Yep, the tail end of the world, just having fun. If you're interested in this kind of journey, come along. I'm David, I go by Rev here on YouTube. My daddy, also known as the Old Man, my wife, Nikki T. All we like to do is have fun and enjoy ourselves. So if you're interested in that journey, if you're interested in not learning how to do it, but just seeing the craziness of how we do it, come along for the journey here on RevStoration. Welcome back to RevStoration. Thank y'all so very much for watching it. My name is David. I go by Rev here on YouTube. I'm so grateful that y'all are watching another episode on RevStoration. Don't worry, the old man, he's on the way. He's going to be here for comic relief and maybe taking a bolt or two out. Y'all, I love Fords. I mean, good Lord, y'all saw the monologue. Good Lord, what a Ford. I love a Ford. I love this 1987 Ford F150. This is a truck that my daddy owned. Bought it from a fella that was a member of the church that I pastored about 10 years ago. He drove it for a year or two. Ignition system had an issue with the tumbler. He stopped driving it. I said, hey, it'll be a good, decent truck. It was a good running truck from Old Man. I said it'll be a decent truck for JC's first one. Paid Old Man for it, put tires on it. I mean, put the old Patagonia tires on it. I mean, some good, put some stuff in it. I put a bunch of money in it. It's had all kind of issues. I fixed ignition twice. Got a battery in it. I've, recently it was overheating a little bit. It seemed like it was. So I put a new thermostat on it. Put a new radiator in it, put a new water pump in it. That was last time we worked on this rig. Still leaking coolant somewhere, still losing coolant somewhere. I thought maybe it was blowing it out the back, but it wasn't running right. It still wasn't running the way it should, only getting about 10 miles to the gallon. I thought it should have got a little bit more. So finally, a couple of weeks ago, here's Cheddar, our cat, week and a half ago, 100 miles ago, I bought a new ECM. I bought a new one that was originally in it. It wasn't the right one. It's supposed to be in it. I couldn't figure it out, but Old Man said it ran good with him. So I went and purchased another one just like that one, remanned, put it in, cranked it up. Man, that thing idled. It ran good. It drove down the road good. I mean, it was running. I was pleased. I was happy. I thought, all right, now we're gonna get ready and fix those door hinges. I'm gonna fix that hole in the roof. I'm gonna get her ready to paint. I mean, I'm gonna make it, it's gonna be a good truck for the old boy. I mean, I'm gonna have a nice truck. So I said, well, I'm gonna drive it around a little while. I had Bible study on Tuesday of this week. Said I was gonna drive it around a little while, make sure everything was good. Gonna check the gas mileage, like I say, about 100 miles. The church is about, go east, young fella, about 2 miles that way, maybe not even 2 miles. And I'm kicking it through, and I hit a little pothole. When I say a pothole, I'm talking about a manhole cover that had some asphalt around it. And the truck kind of went down, this side over here went down, and when it did, I heard something go, and it was hitting the fan. And I thought to myself, I guess the old battery done come out. I didn't put the bungee cord back on the battery. I'm gonna pet my cat. She's gonna whine and then run from me. But that's what I did. I assumed it's what it was, so I limped it on back, said, hey, I can buy a new battery if I got to. So what I did is pulled back up at the house, engine cut off, cranked it back up, drove it on up in the driveway, opened it up, and y'all, you're never gonna believe what I found. Y'all, have you ever had a bracket to fall off your truck while you driving down the road? Well, leave it up to RevStoration, and it most certainly happened. Y'all, this is a power steering bracket. It's also the bracket for the smog pump. All that right there was supposed to be right there. But guess what happened? When I was going down the road, it hit that bump. When it did, this went down. Serpentine belt was still holding on. This is what's so cool. That bracket broke off the engine, OFF off the engine, and the serpentine belt never came OFF off of its running. It was still turning, the alternator is still turning. Man, I don't know how it happened, but it did. But y'all, I found my leak for my coolant. I found it. Now, you're gonna ask, how did a bracket fall off, OFF off? Well, I remember when I was putting this water pump on, I told the old man that there was a bolt missing here. It's supposed to be right here. And the reason it was missing is because it was broke off. It was broke off in there. But I didn't realize, I thought it had another bolt here. Thought it had another bolt down here, it did. But y'all, the only bolt that was holding that bracket on, that one, this one I believe was already broke. So it had one bolt broke a long time ago. One bolt broke a long time ago. This bolt broke a long time ago. This bolt was the only single one holding it on, and all this does, this is an alternator bracket where all it does is goes in that hole. It don't have any teeth grabbing or nothing. So I got a bolt broke off in here, a bolt broke off in here, a bolt broke off in here, and a bolt broke off in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four bolts broke off in my engine. Also, me and the old man have gone and bought some paint. I actually have this cylinder head that came off of the Bronco. It has, all the bolt holes are good that should go on that side. I'm assuming everything is, I'm assuming everything will be good with that. So we're gonna paint it. We're gonna paint this because the piece that broke, no, it was like that.
So this is a little different on yours.
Yeah, it's a little different. I may not be able to use this one, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna paint it anyway. I'm gonna take this up and get some paint on it, and then we'll start exploding the motor. We ain't looking for perfect, we're just looking for done. This is a H head. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. It's hot. You say we ain't looking for perfect. That's good, because it ain't gonna be. All right, y'all. Me and the old man's going from the paint booth to the engine bay. Who said Ford guys paint their fingernails? That's Ford gray, baby. It's gonna be the new style. So here we go. I think the old man already started over here. I guess first thing we're gonna do is let's just start throwing stuff out of it. We're gonna get, what you say, old man? What we gonna do?
We're gonna start tearing it apart, and I hope we label some of this stuff.
Old man's worried about labeling. Ain't but one place he can go. Broke bolt number 5, potentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one right there is probably gonna break too. So plenum bolt broke. This part of old Ford guys like, ugh, I just don't know, all these doggone wires. I know everybody's like, it ain't nothing but wires, but of course we got to get the fuel lines off. We got 2 connectors for the fuel line, one return and one supply, and all of that hooks up to the fuel rail here. I think I'm gonna leave the fuel rail on this, the distributor, or on the intake, but I guess I got to label all of these. Well, that should be labeled enough, right, old man? I mean, the wire.
1, 2, 3 in a row.
Oh, they're all 4 in a row. You got one pointed one way, and one, the one with the doohickey on it goes to the front. So that should be enough to go on and pull all the electrical connections off this side. Broke another bolt. All right, I'm over in the engine bay. If we look down here between my old knockers, my knee knockers is what I was saying. Don't have knockers. I can't get them 2 lines off, so the old man's got them disconnected down below. They should disconnect right there, but I cannot. That one and that one, that's supposed to push in there. That's supposed to push in there, and them rascals ain't coming off for nothing. So I'm gonna blow my acorns. Oh, watch it. Oh, that's nasty. I love an old Ford. We boogered up our line here, so we're gonna have to go get another one of these lines, another one of those lines, so we got to get those off somehow. Upper and lower line, we crimped it, that ain't gonna ever work. Maybe we can get it off, but there's the intake. There's something about this head, but as I thought, I broke that bolt off right there. All the others came out, but I mean, look how dirty that is. Look at that coolant jack right there. That's probably not a, well, yeah, it is. Exhaust or something. Y'all, this assembly is no fun, because it's greasy and dirty. Maybe going back together to be a little better. Got the water pump, harmonic balancer and everything off of it. So now we got to get the timing chain off, timing chain cover off, which is simple, easy-ish. 4 bolts on the bottom. Now we got 3 bolts, 1, 2, and 3, and we're worried about this one that could have broke off in the block. That's the only one that we're still worried about, because we got to get that one off. All the rest of these will be replaced with a new head, a different head. So we got to get these, both should be 1/2 inch. These should be 9/16 here on the oil pan, and then all of these and the timing chain cover should come off. And then we got to investigate this and see if it's too bad, because this is an altogether different looking timing chain cover than what we painted over there. Maybe it'll work. If there was ever in a time where an engine needed to be rebuilt, this may be it. But there she goes. Well, she is out of oil. She didn't have much oil in her at all. That wasn't good either. I think we had been pumping some oil out. But now that I look at this, I don't think that is too bad. The piece that's broke off is down in that block, which is bad. But maybe we can get it to grab some, maybe we can get it to grab something and it'll be all right. So we gotta clean this and get it painted. Whew. All right, valve cover reveal. Just a little tappy tap, nobody worry. She wouldn't run dry, but there they are. Not bad looking. We've been running around everywhere. Of course, we got everything we need. I really don't think the timing chain ain't bad, but I'm in here. I'm going to replace it. We've still got to get all the bolts off the exhaust manifold, get the three spark plugs out. Got to take all the rockers and everything off of this head. I'm going to want to clean and spray paint this, but of course I'm just going to hit all this with the pressure washer in a little bit and clean all this off. I'm going to drain the oil. I'm not going to get much water up here, but I am going to hit it all down in here. Any water that goes into the pan should drain out when I drain the oil. The old man's got an old metal tool. We can't get these lines off. Looks like we're gonna have to make us some fuel line. We can't get them off for nothing. The old man's got him old metal line, and he's gonna, that ain't gonna work, old man. No, need to be bigger than that one, I think, but I don't know.
It's tight against there, ain't it?
Yeah, it looks like it. See, what you got to do is try to get that spring in there loose. You don't really want it tight in there. We're trying to get that spring loose. This one here, you see that crimp? That's what's got us worried. Because we don't want that crimp to leak. And them ain't working either, old man. Ain't working no better. See, what I'm saying is there's a male in right here, and there's a male in inside of that too.
See, I've got it in there. Just
Yeah,
ain't got the spring to release yet.
No different than mine I got right there. So we still in the same pile of mess we was in a minute ago, but now the old man at least knows I'm telling him the truth. Get it, old man, get it. Push it.
Tap on it right there.
Ooh, that's off. Pull it out. Oh, one side, hold on. You got one side in, one side out. That one's still pushed out. No, I knew how
Yeah,
it worked.
we're too hard-headed folks.
He is hard-headed.
Too hard-headed folks.
And he got a hard-headed youngin' too.
Father, son, both of us is hard-headed.
He got it out with his metal
He gets a little extra
tool.
because of his mama. He got Wheeler and Dallas in him. Woo, he's a terrible kid.
But this one here got the other one out.
Once we
Both
figured out
of
exactly
them
how
would have
it
worked. All we had to do was put our, so if you're ever having problems with these connectors and you can't get them out, put you a tool right here on this part of this one. Look at here, right there on that. And then work it left and right when you're putting pressure, pulling it out. They'll come out.
Because them O-rings is tight in there.
We had the spring sprung, but we ain't have enough oofta to pull it out. So now we got that out. We got to get one more. Y'all look at me, one more bolt. We got to get it out. And I don't know if I'm gonna do it now or run to Summit. I got to go to Summit. I got to see if I can find and make some new gas lines. They don't sell them. I got to clean all that up inside of there. I'm gonna wait till Nikki T gets on. Maybe she'll want to ride with me. And then we'll put her all together, back together tomorrow, I think. All right, y'all, bolt extraction stunk it up. We didn't do good. Broke two, let's see, we didn't break easy out in it, but we did break bits off in it. Two of them actually. I think we're gonna need a helicoil on that. We're gonna try to figure that out. But I'm gonna try to pressure wash. Nikki T's here. Say to him, Nikki T. You know any dad jokes?
Oh no, you gotta give me.
Put her on the spot. But we got stuff sort of laid out. We're gonna pressure wash. And then after we get all this cleaned up, I may call it a night. We're gonna watch a football game and probably give it a shot tomorrow. Let's see.
His new pressure washer, by the way.
Watch out. All right, y'all, day 2 of Good Lord, What a Ford in a negative way. Yesterday we had a whole bunch of problems. We sprayed, cleaned it off as much as we could. We got more to do. Man, a whole bunch more to do. Got to get this head off. Got to get all these exhaust bolts off, which, hoorah. And we still have this broken bolt in there. So we put a guide pin, which came out of one of the, so we put that guide pin in there. This maybe will help guide this. This is for a helicoil. So I'm gonna drill the bolt out and then run a helicoil in it, and hopefully it'll line up enough. That's the goal. We don't know if we got a hardened, we don't know what we got in there to break that one off, but that one's much bigger. So we're gonna give it a go, and maybe it'll work right. And if it does, we'll call it good. And if it don't, we're looking for a 4302. Victory number 1. Look at there, helicoil in, bolt in. We didn't even get the old bolt out. So we just drilled that booger and got it in there. So success. Now I don't know if it's the right success, but success it is. Now I know we're gonna have to get some more bolts. We're breaking off a whole bunch. But now it's gonna be, I assume now it's gonna be project remove head. So now we gotta get the head off. So I'm gonna zip all these rockers off. We're gonna lay them out on some cardboard somewhere where we'll put them back exactly the way that they were. And oh man, this ain't satisfied, but y'all, I'm satisfied. Muy grande, woohoo! All right, y'all, this done got hot and sweaty. I'm over in the engine bay again. All right, we got everything out. Could not get the bolts out of the exhaust. So I busted up the donut. Might let somebody else do that. So now it's time to get this up. I think what I'm gonna do is put this down in the hole, one of these holes, and just yeehaw on it and get it out. I think. Hold this.
Hold it.
This ain't how y'all supposed to do it. Guess what?
Oh, it's already loose.
That
ain't right.
It could be.
They don't sound right, do it? I ain't never seen one not.
Well,
it happens on that one pin, line-up pin.
Yep, that's probably what it is.
Let me hold the front while you. Tools go everywhere, but we got it off.
Yep.
There it is, folks.
All right, y'all, the reason we took the head off is we wanted to make sure we're in top dead center. That's always important, y'all. If you want to make sure you're in top dead center, you have to take your head off. When you take the head off of your engine, you can find, it is easier to find top dead center. But y'all listen, don't take the head off for that. But of course, number 1 cylinder's up. If you look here, of course you got your dot there, and this pin is straight up. You also have another dot on this one. So I'm gonna zip this off, it's 9/16, and then all that just comes off, and then we put the other one back on, and we're starting to go in reverse after that. Y'all, me and my daddy, I love him dearly. He says left, I say right. I say up, he says down. And then we figure out we're both saying the same thing, but the old man's saying it a different way. He wants to go north to get to where I'm wanting to go, but I'm wanting to go south. But eventually,
Folks, we're both hard-headed.
Eventually he learns
we're both hard-headed.
that I was right and he was right, but he was still arguing that what he was saying was right, even though we were saying the same thing. Y'all, we finally got this booger bear lined up. What's missing? Yeah, I know. I gotta tap that in. I gotta put a gotta put my bolt and washer in, get it all tightened up, tightened in there, and timing chain's on. We're gonna do a little painting, and hopefully we're gonna go in reverse. Y'all, we've been breaking studs off. I mean, me and the old man's the only two studs out here that matter, but whoo, y'all look at this. This is a plenum. This one broke off the plenum. That's the only one I could give myself complete credit for. That ain't perfect, but we're gonna see if we can stick an easy out in there and get that out. It's aluminum. It should be fairly easy. I've heated it up. I've done all different kind of things, and it ain't really worked. But we're into the threads a little bit, but little off center. But I mean, we live in America, right? Isn't everything off center some way or the other? All right, y'all, if we got 1, 2, and 3 in, that means that helicoil right there is gonna work. So we got it out, drilled it out, put a helicoil in it. Is it perfect? Probably not, but is it gonna work? You better believe it. So now we're gonna clean up everything, get everything painted. We're gonna go buy more bolts that we need. I mean, we got a good bit to do still, and half the day's already over with, but I'm hoping it's gonna be a Monday video, y'all, but it may be a Sunday video, but it may be a Monday video or a Tuesday. All right, y'all, we're getting a lot of painting done. Of course, got the plenum painted, got the head painted, got some more work we need to do on it. Valve covers, everything is painted well except this. I got to spray that off here in just a moment, get it painted. That's the old one. We're gonna leave it just like it is. Old man's going to, we got a bolt to go in here. It's got a helicoil in it for a 1/2-inch bolt, and it was too long, so we're gonna go try to find another one that's shorter. And I'm gonna be cleaning off the engine so we can get ready to go with it. Of course, she's still a little dirty. Of course, I'm gonna get all that inside of there cleaned up, and then we're getting ready to install the head. I'm gonna sand, clean off all that with the head, you know, getting about some 80 grit. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna clean up the head on this side, get ready and drop the gasket in, clean off as much of that as I can. So that's the plan at this point. Whew. Y'all, this may not be an exciting video. I'm praying you enjoy it. Me and the old man are having fun. This is one of them type deals where you just got to get it done. I mean, it ain't really gonna do anything but get us back to par. But y'all, back to par on this old rig's gonna be good. I got a lot of stuff I want to do with this old truck, but getting it running again, I got more money in it already than the truck's worth. But for the son's first one, I want it to be eventually nice, but I got to get everything right first. You know, like put bolts on it where the alternator bracket don't fall off. It'd be a good start. All right, y'all, it's getting dark, getting ready to rain. Everything in here is ready as it's gonna be. Timing chain's on. We're getting ready now, I think, to drop the head on it. So I've got to get the head gasket sitting down in there. After head gasket sitting in there, then I'm just gonna have to manhandle the head on it and start torquing her down. I think it's 50, 60, 70, I think, and then I know the sequence 1, 2. I know the sequence. So it's always raining in our neck of the woods, and I'm up under the bonnet. I'm up under the hood of the Ford, but I got the head on. I mean, she got a little water in her, but I'm gonna change the oil. That'll just be enough to make the rest look like the same. Of course, these ports are a little rusted. This engine, this head has been sitting on a shelf, but everything is rebuilt. I mean, it was rebuilt. This was actually in Bishop to Bronco, and it was rebuilt. You can see new, it's got the springs, it's got all the gaskets going down, so the gaskets are actually better on this side. I actually could go on and put those on, or I guess I can go on and put the exhaust manifolds on now, and then put everything on the head, and then get ready and do that. I'm hoping the rain is gonna leave us so I can get done with this, because I know Grammy's ready for the old man to get back home, and I know Nikki T and some of my crew is ready for us to go play. Well, we ain't gonna be able to tonight, I don't think, especially if we're gonna have a video. But y'all, the head sequence, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right on, man? Yep. So did that sequence 50, 60, 70. And Nikki T bought me for Christmas, about 3 years ago. She bought me one of them battery operated torque things. And I finally got batteries for it, and I used it for the first time. I hope it's good. I hope it's right. But here we go. All right, y'all, we just did a short. I don't know if y'all saw it. Don't do many of those. It was sort of an explanation because we in the midst of it, and it's raining. Sun's starting to come back out, so maybe that's good. They got the head back on it. I'm putting exhaust back on it. But boy, old man had a spot, and it just nicked me. It's like a razor blade. I don't know what they sharpened it with, but now I guess we can go. After that, I gotta get the channel wall, gotta put our, I guess I gotta clean up this. I already cleaned it up one time. I'm gonna rub that down. Whew. Y'all, I'm tired. See you in a minute. Well, y'all, we calling Uncle. Grammy done told my mama, done told the old man it's time for him to get home. He done playing. Can't play no more. He said, I'll stay if you want me to. But I know what that means.
I left at 8 o'clock this morning.
Left at 8 o'clock, and it's only 6:20. I mean, that ain't that long. Y'all, we've been wrestling with it, but I got the heads on. I got all the rockers on. I could turn it over. I'm gonna wait until we get all this on, the distributor on, the head on, and then I'm gonna turn it over and make sure everything's good. We about to shut the hood, and I got to worship the Lord tomorrow. I got a good message I'm gonna preach. If y'all want to watch our message, we're live on Porterdale Baptist Church Facebook page. If you look at my page, David A. Wheeler, you'll find it, and it'll share it. Me and the old man will be there. I ain't singing tomorrow, so y'all ain't got to worry about that. But we'll be back at it on Monday, I think. All right, y'all, it's Monday, so I'm back at it again Monday morning. I want to try to knock this out and get this completed. I tell you what, it is, good Lord, what a Ford. I mean, this F-150 has just been so much fun. I don't know if you hear the sarcasm in my voice. Of course, I've got a lot of cleanup to do. This is Nikki T's parking spot. But yeah, if you look, there's AT automatic transmission fluid. Like a gallon of it right there. The dipstick still shows a bunch. I've lost my voice, preached a few times yesterday. Preachers don't have much of a voice on Monday morning. So I can put the intake on. The intake is over here, so let's come to the intake. Of course, I cleaned it and covered it, the injectors, as much as I could. So of course this paint job is not going to be perfect, but it's going to be perfectly fine for this engine. I do have a little bit of a gas issue as well. Hopefully we'll resolve it. So I'm going to get all this off, get this prepped and ready to go. I broke one bolt off, this one right here. So I got to get this bolt out. I got the other two bolts that is for it. And then we're just going to put the intake on, get the channel wall, get everything. You know how to put an intake on. And we're going in reverse today. Stepping over in the truck. Oh, hope I'm not going to break my neck. To me, if I can get over in here and sit down, now that I got everything, radiator and everything off, to me it's a little bit easier. So here's intake gaskets. There's my channel wall. Hopefully that's enough. I do believe it is. It's been sitting for a few minutes, so now I'm ready to drop the intake on it. I want to just drop it straight down. I hope everything lines up the way that it should. And then when I just drop it straight down, I won't have to do anything but tighten the bolts. All right, y'all, lower intake is on. I went on and put the distributor in. I got it on top dead center. I rotated the engine all the way around. Everything is good. It seems like all the pistons here, this head is doing what it's supposed to do, going up and down. So now I guess I can start doing all the water pump, getting everything on the front. Then I can get everything set for the upper plenum, get everything plugged in. I guess I probably could go on and put on the valve covers, and I may go on and do that, do the valve covers, do everything on the top. Then I may hit it with some spray and then do everything. I don't know if I like the aluminum. I painted that an aluminum color and everything else gray. I probably should have just done it gray, but you know, whatever. All All right, y'all, I'm reinstalling the water pump, but this is where I'm at so far. Of course, got some of the wires plugged up. I'm waiting to put the upper plenum on, the upper intake. I'm going to hook up the fuel lines and cycle the fuel. I crimped, or I actually bent the fuel lines. I may have to repair those, but I want to test it before I put the plenum on. Test just fuel pressure, not anything else. Y'all, the old man is showed back up after his doctor's, yours or mama's?
Mama's.
My mama's doctor's appointment, but the old man's here. Now we boogered up the fuel line, so we're gonna probably have a leak. So I'm gonna let the old man go cycle it, and if we have a leak, then we'll take them back off and fix it. If we don't have a leak, then we'll be good to go.
Is the battery hooked up?
Yes, I'm thinking this one's gonna leak. Don't crank it, just turn it on. I didn't hear. I don't hear a fuel pump. Lower with a Ford. We didn't have some grounds or something hooked up, and we tried to turn the ignition on with the battery on. We grounded the battery out, but I don't think anything else was grounded. And we got a big puff of smoke over here. I mean, you know, electrical smoke, which is exactly what you want to see. We should have had all the engine back together completely before we tried it, but we didn't, and now we're paying for it. So I'm smelling all kind of smoke, fire. I probably need to get my sniffer over here and figure out exactly where it came from. Thinking it's hopefully it was one of these relays, but it could have been anything. Yeah, it was. Good Lord, what a Ford. I've been saying that a bunch. Yo, we got coolant leaking, or that's not coolant, transmission fluid leaking. That developed since we parked it. We also had that puff of smoke, and I'm hoping all we did is burn up our relay, and I'll show you why. Old man, hold it. So even with the power off, I can get the fuel pump to go to working, and the reason we know why, see that? Old man ain't even looking at it. See all that? That's fuel. So fuel pump is working, but that is not. So we're gonna go to the parts house. Got a dude cutting our grass. Going to the parts house, and hopefully I can find that relay. I'm ready to throw this thing away. I've still got a lot I gotta do. I know. Not a lot that I want to do, but a lot I got to do. I got a deacons meeting tonight, have executive committee meeting tomorrow, have prayer meeting on Wednesday. So, man, I didn't think it would take that long to do this. We have a fuel pump issue. We burn up a wire, and when we turn the ignition on, the fuel pump doesn't come on. I can short the fuel pump out and make the fuel pump work. That's not good. We have a fuel line that has a massive leak in it, so we got to take it off and repair it. So I've got to do that. I gotta figure out whatever wire burn up. I mean, whoo, y'all ever been there? And then I want to make content for y'all, but when the old truck, and it's leaking transmission fluid. If I told you that, I have no idea where that came from. Hadn't done that yet until, well, start working on the engine, then the transmission started leaking. And I'm frustrated to the nth degree. You do when the plans aren't going according to the way you thought they should. Y'all, I've lost one of these clips, the distributor clip, like that. This one I think was on the back, because I found this one back there, but the front one I can't find. So is it down in the oil pan? Is it down in the intake?
Did it have one?
Whoo! So, don't know. This truck, goodness almighty. Hey y'all, welcome to RevStoration. It feels like a new video. Why? Well, it's been over a week that I have been here wrestling, fighting, searching, praying, doing lives. I mean, I've done it all. I mean, I even went to a tarot card reader to see if she could no, I didn't. I ain't going messing with dabbling with none of that spiritual humbo jumbo. But y'all look at here. I got the engine somewhat back together. I had more of it on it. I had all this just laid down here in the floor. If y'all see that down there, I had that on it. I had all kind of stuff going on. I could not, listen to me, I could not get this engine to run. I could not get this solenoid right here, or this relay, this fuel pump relay, to work by itself. Y'all look in here. Don't get mad at me. I got scratched wires. I got wires that are all messed up. I cut grounds, put grounds back on. I made more grounds. I mean, y'all, I listen to y'all's advice. And if somebody said it could be that third purple wire from the left, guess what I did? I went and checked that third purple wire from the left. Somebody said it could be grounds. I checked every doggone ground on this truck. They said, oh, I'd get a, let's see, Michael Grady. Appreciate you, Michael. Mr. Howard, appreciate you as well. They all told me it was a ground issue, and I assumed they were right. I went and checked every ground I could think of. Michael said, well, hey, get a jumper cable. I think it was Michael. I got so much advice from everybody. And run a jumper cable from the ground to the block to the side of the truck, to the body. Did that, no such luck. So then I went and watched Scanner Danner on YouTube. Scanner Danner, I appreciate you, man. You taught me a lot in the last week. I might have watched every one of your 437 videos. And I thought, well, it could be this, could be that. All I had was my test light, my own meter. I bought, let's see what all have I bought. I have bought a new distributor. I have also purchased one of these for the old distributor. Right there. Got one of them for the old distributor. I bought one of these. ECM, computer, ECC computer. I bought a relay. Trying to think. But look at these wires, y'all. Look at them wires. Every one of them's out. I took them all out the loom. Look at there. I got the computer sitting over here. I've been checking wires. I mean, from left side. I went back to the blinker one time. See, can I tell y'all how I fixed it? You'll never believe it. I always said it's gonna be simple. Simple, Rev, it's something simple. Well, I did not touch this truck yesterday. I had a lot of, my mama has had hiatal hernia surgery, so the old man hadn't been around. We went Monday. I didn't touch the truck at all Monday. We spent all day at Emory Hospital. Mama's doing good. She's a little sore. Thank y'all for your prayers. Yesterday, I had a meeting at the church. Yesterday was Wednesday. So Tuesday, I had meetings at the church. Didn't work on it much, a little bit Tuesday morning. But yesterday was Wednesday, the middle of the week, prayer week. We had church conference. I walked by this truck and covered my eyes. I didn't want to look at it. I didn't lift up the hood, didn't do nothing to it. Kept the battery on charge. I came out this morning with an idea from Scanner Danner. Even if the relay is clicking on, that does not mean you don't have a short from the power wire in the relay to the ECU, to the computer. You could just not be getting power to the computer. So go check and see if you got a short there, Rev. That'd be a good thing to check. But when I hooked the battery up, I heard a click, click. Not the same click that I was hearing before. I heard a click, click. And I thought, well, I just left a ground wire onto my fuel pump relay. See this ground, this wire right here? All I have to do to make this fuel pump relay work is ground it out. Ground this out right here, and that fuel pump relay will go to working. But the issue was, even when I did that, I wasn't getting fire to my, fire at all to my injectors. So it wasn't gonna help. It wasn't doing no good. It wasn't gonna work. But when I plugged that doggone battery up this morning, I heard click, click. And I had my old remote start. I mean, everything just laid out. I got stuff laid out everywhere. I hit that key, and just as immediately as I did, that thing said, and I cut it off, and I sit down beside my truck and thank the Lord, because guess what, y'all? I didn't fix it. Y'all didn't tell me nothing that made it fix. The Lord fixed this truck. I mean, I don't know what it is. So what could it be? Now y'all say, oh, you got to have some explanation. It wasn't the Lord. It wasn't this. I believe it was the Lord, but I'm gonna tell y'all what else y'all may say it could be. Could it be because I had my battery charging the whole time? Could the battery have been too weak? It was starting the truck. One relay was kicking on. Was it the battery? Could be. Could it have been? Listen now. It hadn't rained in the last few days. Hadn't rained a bit. It's been sunny, been kind of nice like this it is today. It hadn't rained. Maybe I had the truck open, I had all that open, had all this stuff sitting out. Maybe I got some moisture somewhere where moisture shouldn't have been, and it just dried up. Could it be? Y'all, I'm being dead serious. I'm excited. This video went from the end of my YouTube career, because I just threw my hat down. I hadn't made a video, I hadn't put a video out since I started on this truck. This truck had already, because I had so much work to do on it, caused me to miss a week. Now it won't crank. It's caused me to miss almost 3 weeks. But doggone, this rascal's running. So y'all, I'm gonna put her back together. I don't know, I'm gonna change the oil right now. I'm gonna let the oil drain pretty long, get all the oil out of it. I'm gonna get everything hooked back up to it. I ain't gonna try to crank it again. I'm gonna fix a little bit of wire damage that I made, and I'm gonna hope and pray when I hook this rascal back up, she cranks. Good Lord, what a Ford. She's running like a champ. Woo! I don't want to say it too loud. Don't tell it, because it might go back to not working. I think the computer just kicked in. It just learned what it needed to learn. I got one little leak on water. Spoke too soon. I told y'all, don't say nothing. I got to fix that water valve, maybe tick the timing up just a tad. But all in all, she's running fairly well. Still got the timing loose. This is the way I need to go with it. Update on the truck. I pressure washed all the leakage that was here on our driveway. I don't know if Nikki T's happy about the leakage, but I tried to clean it up best I could. Don't want Moose drinking any of this water. It might be a little too spicy for him. But the truck's running. It'll crank up and go. It'll actually go down the road, but boy, it's got something on. I mean, it ain't running right. The engine's running right, but there's something about the transmission, so I'm gonna get some more transmission fluid, more brake. Got a few things of fluid I need to get. I still got a little small weep of fuel. I'm kind of crazy for driving it, but Michael Grady, I got your extinguisher in the passenger seat. I'm gonna figure it out. Been tuning on this rascal. Woo, she's running good now. Running down the road, shifting really well. I went by a buddy of mine. He's got old Corliss Garage right here, right outside of Porterdale. Went to see them. Their family had a wreck here recently, and I was really gonna check on the family and brag on the old truck. Well, I was on the way back from Corliss, and when I was on the way back, I decided I was gonna hit that old AC button. Y'all, when I hit that AC button, the truck shut down, and a little bit of smoke came out from up under the dash. I don't know if y'all hear that. I burn a computer up by turning the AC on. Woo, don't that just bless your heart? But you know what another blessing was, is I had the other one that was not the new one. I had the other one sitting right beside it. So somebody pushed me over. I checked all my fuses were good. I put the other computer on it, and that rascal drove right here. So here's the moral of the story. If you got your truck running good, make sure you loom your wires back. Don't test drive without your wires loomed, because when you do that, you're gonna ground something out, short something out, and yep, that's what I did. Blew up $120. I mean, she smells. Y'all know what it smells like? It smells like electrical fire. Good Lord, what a Ford. Y'all, this is the last time I'm gonna say that, because this is the end of the video. Let me tell you what I just determined. My old computer, I burnt one of them up. But I also just determined something else. You know, I was telling you going down the road, I'd go to shift and it'd be acting all kind of crazy. Well, guess what? I just backed her down my driveway here and went to put it back into gear and go up, and I looked, and it looked like, yep, got a broke motor mount. Oh, what a Ford. Oh, good. Oh. Oh. I mean, isn't that a blessing, y'all? I mean, that's just frustrating as all get out. The motor mat on this side is broke. Could that be causing any of my issues? Well, maybe going down the road and you're going down and it gets ready to shift, and that's what the bucking was. The bucking was the engine bucking, and it was creating issues everywhere else. I'm gonna hope so. I gotta loom up all my wires. I got probably a fuel leak I need to fix now that I don't want it to burn down. So yep, I still got work to do on the son's truck before he can drive it. Thank goodness we got another car. Thank y'all so very much for watching. Man, y'all are a blessing to us. This has been a frustrating video, the most frustrating video for me, but I hope y'all realize we're honest. We're putting it out there because it is what it is. But we thank y'all so very much for watching. And I know there, how do we know? What do we always say when we close them out? We say deuces. May God bless. The old man's not here, but he'd say love y'all. Hey, we want to thank y'all again for watching this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do so by clicking this button down below, or you can watch a video that may be suited for you or a recent upload here down below. So once again, we thank you for watching. Deuces. May God bless.